Yeah. You're in the presence of the realest essence. I've been serving lessons since the days of my adolescence. On the Cypress block, young buck holding it like we knew it all. Not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, I look back and do it all. I can remember the haters say the game will ruin y'all. What's that to me? Don't give about a hater. Let them like the in my paper.
They call me Big Dog, riding with the hillbillies. Q-Bone stallion with the lip. Really became a boss many years back. When I'm gone, can me pull your tears back. We put the bang and produce. You got no chance of hanging. They take the tails when you're flipping the quarter. We ain't slowing down, we crashing through the border.
So let the rhythm hit him, just let the rhythm hit him. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system. Let's turn it up, a little louder, turn it up, a little louder, turn it up. We never turn it down, universal sound. When we move the pound, take a look around. When we touch the town, not the way, stomping in my big black J's. Corny, get stuck in the maze. We never suffer fools, had enough of you. False friends and loose ends make me wanna fool. That we got another world tour, touching every shore, from Cali to Singapore.
Every day I'm seeing more in the temple as we rock up tempo instrumentals. I saw my dream in a dream, then I woke up. Put the dream team together, now we one time.
So let the rhythm hit him, just let the rhythm hit him. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system. Let's turn it up, a little louder, turn it up, a little louder, turn it up.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we've got the Diablos sure-handed tight end. Now over 1,000 receiving yards on the season. It's the Diablos and the Colts. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
From the oldest capital city in the Americas, founded in 1325, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Throwing Jones. He'll fire this one deep for Eckler. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked out at about the 26-yard line. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
It's a jet sweep. This is Pittman. Showed off the footwork, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Now Jones, and it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Elliott. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Looks like they quit hitting the snooze button on their alarm there. Finally a sign of life from this defense. They've been fairly passive on this opening drive. Now able to stand up on first and goal.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance. Throwing on first down is Lance. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. Gainer in his sights, but he did not reel it in. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, here's Hill. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now Hill looking to throw on first. And his throw here's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Hill throwing once more. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he will bring it back. An interception. interception return for a Colts TD. So not a good start for this rookie quarterback, already trailing in this first half, and that's going to make things worse.
Well, back in my day, this was not unexpected out of rookie quarterbacks. That's why a lot of coaches didn't want to play them. But coming out of college now, they throw it all the time. This is a little bit unexpected, the way that he's playing here.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They've been outplayed early, no question, down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now Hill, fresh off the pick six. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. On 1st down, it's Hill. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down at 17. He'll throw into the hands of Pickens. For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. On 1st down, Hill. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. Past the 20. 5, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. To be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the 2nd quarter.
This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for them on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Oluokun. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And this is caught. Touchdown, Colts. Michael Pittman, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw there taken in by Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. The numbers there in last week's game for Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Colts TD. Boy, this defense is circling early. A pick six there, and they are off to the races here in this first quarter.
And, partner, when you get off to a first-quarter lead like this, it really frees you up defensively to take some chances, really apply some heat. And that was just a tremendous play to pick that ball off and bring it back for a score.
So plenty of fireworks here early. 35-0 now as the kick is away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. He's had a great season, plenty of touchdown passes, but that last throw, not one of his finer moments as it was returned for a touchdown on the pick six. Now he starts again here, 1st and 10. Lance going back to the air after the pick six. Finding Harris over the middle. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here, 2nd and a yard from the 34. To throw, it's Lance. It's Najee Harris now on back-to-back plays with a catch. That one, a first down pickup of 8. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. On to the second quarter. Mexico City in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Lance. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Again, it's Lance. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Now Jones, rolling to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Back to throw. Jones. And his throw is incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Jones. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Lance. Smith brings it in, going across the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. He's got this to Pickens. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a first down. Looking to throw. Jones. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he's out right at the 25. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done. He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. The offense on third down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Jones now on 1st and 10. He'll get this one to Pittman. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Here's Jones on 1st down. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not... Inside the 40.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. And now it's 3rd down and inches. 10th carry now for Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Jones throwing on 4th down. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jarvis Landry, 39 yards. And the Colts are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it is 42-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculated, because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Lance going to throw. Steps away to his left. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Lance now on 1st down. Finding Pickens for another catch. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. Finds Pickens out right. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5. Lance to throw for it on 4th down. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. Touchdown! George Pickens from 4 yards out. And the Diablos are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. No problem there on the extra point. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Jones. Looking for the out route here, and it's completed to Kirk. And he'll be out right at the 35. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. So we come to halftime here with the visit. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Taken at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Colts pick it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So they take the deficit into the lock. Plans to receive the football. A nice drive, instead of fumble on the kickoff.
And that can be demoralizing right there because, as you pointed out, they had designs on coming out and, okay, we're going to change things here in the second half. Instead, with a deficit already, they cough it up, and now they've got to find a way to keep the score from mounting bigger against them.
Now Jones throwing to start the drive. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. Throwing on second and long. Jones, and he's got the hook up to Landry. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing third down. Looking to throw. Jones on the screen. This is Eckler. Touchdown, Colts. Austin Eckler with career touchdown number 60. And the Colts have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
From the gun on third down, Lance completes this one to Pickens. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays.
Now Lance throws the interception, his third. Picked off by Alex Singleton. And the Colts will take over possession here up at the 44. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw taken in by Landry. And they're going to get this up to midfield. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. He'll go in the books. It's a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Lance now on first down. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Throwing on first down is Lance. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On first down, Lance. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harris. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now Lance. Flush to his right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Colts are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given. And it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up second down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They go to Elliott again. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 49 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And some space here. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Yeah, able to elude one tackler, but only gets this back to the line of scrimmage. Now Jones. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Ezekiel Elliott. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Colts have got it on cruise control. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He's got this to Pickens. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment. Now Lance again. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Lance now on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Shotgun now for Lance. And it's caught. Touchdown. George Pickens with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Diablos are able to claw one back. Point after, right down the middle. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. They keep on the ground with Elliott. A broken tackle on the run, and then just on the other side of midfield, they get to it. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off. Back now in Mexico City. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 98 yards rushing now for Zeke. And he's got a 1st down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Colts first down.
Again, it's Elliott. Down to the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 4. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. not getting it, that shouldn't harm him at all.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And now here's another interception. Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Colts are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. Guys, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all. On
the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Out is Mexico City now to go on offense. This game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. To throw again on 2nd down. Lance. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. It's caught at the 10.
Personal foul. Baseman. Defense.
So give him the yardage on the completion and also tack on 15 more.
If you give that hand up there, you've got to let go immediately or just not close the hand at all. He didn't, gave it a tug, and that was easy for the officials to see.
This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. Harris. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. Again, it's Harris. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. Desperation time here. Lance. And this time he is in. Najee Harris. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Diablos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. The extra point up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the 4th quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 133 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Inside give to Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was...
What you waiting for? Are you ready?